What's up, everybody? I'm going to do a quick watch review because it's going to be like 71 degrees and sunny on this awesome Saturday, and I'm going to go ride my bike. I'm going to be riding solo because none of my friends ride anymore. So anyway, I just took a shower. Forgot to put my ring back on. Note to self, go put your wedding band back on. So anyway, here is a watch I picked up yesterday. I saw it on the website, and I was like, ooh, that looks like a cool sport watch. That would be really neat to have. And the price is right. It's eco drive. It's got all the, things that I would want in a watch. And has a kind of a bit of a different look than what I normally wear, for the most part. So I went over to Trip and Company and I picked up my wife a Luminox Diver Ripple, which has like a pearl, mother of pearl kind of face to it with a light blue. It was a light blue strap. Really cool watch. Anyway, I was like, ooh, I saw this and got a good package deal. So I paid just under $300 for this. So price is right. Let's go through it and see what it looks like. Oh, it's because I'm wearing it. Yeah, I knew that. So let's see what we've got here. What we have just comes in a normal box, silicone strap, receipt, and all that junk. We're going to be brief on this one. Like I said, I want to get out and hit the road. So what this is this model is called the Brycen, Brycen. If you don't ask me for, hey, can I get a link to that? I always put the links in the descriptions. And it takes me more time to answer that question and say, when someone asks that, to say it's in the description, just read the description, go there. So what do we have? What exactly is it? This is a new Brycen model. It comes in a black dial with black strap, black dial with blue highlights with blue strap, and then there's the black dial with yellow highlights and a yellow strap. I went with the blue because I think that just came out. I don't know. Looks pretty freaking awesome. It is stainless steel with, I believe, a PVD coating. The caliber is their H500. So this is a chronograph. It is also solar powered. Just set it and forget it. You don't have to do anything. It's quartz. It's very accurate. Should be accurate to a handful of seconds, or whatever it is, 30 seconds a month or something like that. It's pretty damn accurate, and I don't ever have to put a battery in here. I mean, eventually, maybe 20 some years down the line, the solar cell will go out. I don't know. These things seem to last pretty much forever. So no battery, no winding. Just put it on, set it, and wear the damn thing. It is not a screw down crown, which I wish they would more. I wish they would just do that, but it is push pull, but it is 100-meter water resistance. Obviously, don't push the pushers when you're underwater. That goes for any watch. Let's see. Let's go through the specs and the product details. So this model, Apple Tango 2586-05 Edward, AT 2586-05E. This is just introduced. This is a brand new model. Trip just put them out. My watch guy, Mick, who works there, had just put them out yesterday. And I was like, I wonder if they have them. I was going over there to pick up the Luminox for my wife, and I saw it, and I was like, boom, let me see it. Was just released, well, now what is it, March now? Oh, which means, oh, shit, I got to go around and set all the dates on all my watches because all the dates are wrong. That's going to take me half an hour. I have a lot of watches. But anyway, this just came out in January. So it's a brand new model, Eco Drive, case width, 44.8 millimeters. The strap is silicone. We'll talk about that more in a little bit. Case material in the back is all stainless steel, although this has a PVD black coating. It is mineral crystal rather than sapphire. At a watch that I paid $295 for, yes, some watches in that price range do, but it's typically hit or miss. Some do, some don't. I'm okay with mineral crystal. If this was my only watch and it's all I was going to wear, so it was going to take a lot of abuse, but because I'm only wearing like a watch maybe once or twice a week because I'm alternating between watches, it's not a deal breaker for me. If it is for you, you probably want to look elsewhere, but it is mineral crystal, it's just still pretty scratch resistant. It's just not as good as sapphire. Sapphire, however, being harder, will be more brittle, more prone to chips, cracks, or shattering. Everything's a trade-off. At the one end of the spectrum, you have the polycarbonate, which is damn near impossible. It's like Lexan. It's almost like bulletproof material. It's very hard to shatter, but you can scratch it by looking at it. And on the other end of the spectrum, you've got sapphire, which is damn near almost unscratchable. It's only like, it's next to like diamond in hardness. But you can crack it fairly easily. Same thing with knives. super high Rockwell hardness scale is really good for edge retention, but if you're beating on the knife, it's more likely to chip or snap, right? So uses a simple clasp. The clasp on this case is not plastic. I believe that is like aluminum, or maybe it's hard to tell from the feel. I believe it feels like metal. So I'm going to say that's probably aluminum. I don't have a magnet handy to see if it's magnetic in steel, although stainless steel, in most cases, isn't magnetic either. Water resistance, 100 bars. So they say good for swimming, showering, and snorkeling. Don't go deep diving. Don't go diving off the high, 10-meter board and stuff that impacted the water when you don't have that screw down crown and it probably closer to a 200 or 300 meter water resistance. That impact force water in very briefly. But if you're just swimming around in the ocean, you're fine. If you wanted to go snorkeling, how deep are you going to go? 10 meters? You're fine. The water resistance is rated for 100. So you should be good to go there. Wear it in the shower, wear it in the pool. I like everything about it. It's got a stopwatch. Now, here's one thing I will say. The lume on it was okay. In sunlight, you can see the second hands. The second hand is really skinny and it's blue. And I would say that's where I would nitpick, because you're probably having trouble seeing the second hand. I mean, you can see it, but at least in this lighting, it's dark blue on black. And actually, the blue is only here. So the second hand is black on black. So you only really see it when it passes the larger markers, and you see that black passing over the white. I would ding it on that. I would like to see the second hand a little more usable for the stopwatch. I don't know what else to say on that. You got your 24-hour time down here. You've got your minutes for the stopwatch up there, and then you have your counting seconds here. And those three complications are your solar panels that keep that, whether it's a lithium-ion battery that recharges or a supercapacitor, not sure. But whatever it is that makes this voodoo work, that's what charges it. I believe it's got like a 5 or 6 month. 5 or 6 months you can go without having a light source. So basically, unless you just throw it in a drawer for a year, you're not gonna have to worry about this for decades. That's what I like about the EcoDrive. It's just a great way. It's sustainable. You're not creating toxic. You have one battery, but you're not putting in new batteries every couple of years and throwing them out. If you're into that stuff about sustainability, EcoDrive is a really cool system. So here's the only two things I don't like about it. It fits on the wrist. It's not very heavy at all. It feels great. It's very kind of sporty while being functional. And you can call it a beater watch, but it's nice looking. You can definitely wear it around the office and stuff. Probably a little too funky with those colors for wearing it with a suit. But hey, what I liked about it was it reminds me of the Breitling Endurance Pro. Now, that one is a bigger watch, and it has it's polycarbonate, like carbon fiber. But those things are like $3,400 MSRP. That's a lot of money for essentially a plastic watch. And I know it's a good plastic watch. It's a Breitling, but it's also only 100-meter water resistant. And I'm like, this watch has a very similar look and feel with the big, easy-to-read numbers. Other than that stupid second hand, that's the only thing I'm going to ding it for on the watch. The straps are good. They're not too soft. I would much rather see companies get away from silicone rubber straps and go to the fluorine or fluoro rubber. That rubber is a little firmer. It's also less tactile. It's a little more slick. What that means is it doesn't pull on the hair on your arms. I noticed that like dog hair kind of sticks to this, and you have to kind of brush it a few times to get it off, whereas it just kind of slides off the fluoro rubber. I prefer the fluoro rubber. I think it's a better material for watches. It's less likely to have friction and snag on your hair, snag on clothing. Silicone provides a lot of friction when they put it on watch straps. And I tend to not like that. When I replace watch straps, typically, let's see, let me go off camera here. I go and pick up like the fluorine rubber, which is, it's just a different type of rubber. Other than that, it's roughly the same, but it's just I like the feel of this. The silicone, to me, always feels cheaper. The fluoro rubber feels more premium. And it's the same price. These things I buy here for most of my watches. I found this brand, they're like $18, $19. Come in all different sizes, 18 up to like 24, something like that. And you can get them in like 8 different colors and black buckles versus silver. I buy these for most of my watches when I want to go with a rubber strap. I just think they're the best. I think fluoro rubber, it's what Luminox uses. Some of the nicer, more expensive watches that come with rubber straps use the fluoro rubber, not this. And I don't think the cost is any different. Maybe it's $2 different per unit, and maybe I guess when you're making lots of watches, maybe that adds to your production costs. I don't know. I'd rather pay $2 more for the watch and get that strap. So that's my only negatives. We'll do a little bit of close-up on that dial. Let's see if we can get a little loom action going. I'll wear it. I am disappointed about the secondhand thing. Nice blue loom. Don't know how long it'll last, but Citizen tends to do a pretty good job with their loom. But notice there's no loom on the second hand. So, not that you're using a stopwatch in the dark typically. That's the only criticisms, really. I can live with that. As far as silicone straps go, it's not as soft and sticky as like the iPhone one or the Apple Watch. But I think after getting spoiled on these fluoro rubber ones, I think this is, when I think of a rubber strap, this is just what I have in my mind. I would prefer this better. If I could find one in the blue color, I would in that color blue, because that is perfectly matched to the blue on the dial. And it is a good looking watch. That's a nice bright blue. It's not a dark navy. It's kind of a royal blue or whatever they might call it. But it's a really, really sharp looking watch. So let's throw it on the wrist. Let's wrap this up, and I'll go heat up my bike, and I'm going to go up and play in the mountains on my new ZX-10R today. Going to take the camera, do some vlogging about an incident I had this week where I had to have the police here to issue a criminal trespassing warning to somebody. If you're interested in that kind of stuff in motorcycles, go look for that later. But, yeah, good times. What a funny story. So there you go. That is the new Brycen. You can get them in yellow. You can get them in all black. I just saw that blue on black, and I just thought that's a really cool looking sport watch. It's fun. It's usable. It's functional. You got that eco drive. You got the stopwatch, and it's water resistant enough for most things that I do. If I'm going to go get my scuba certification and go down to Aruba next time and go scuba diving, I'm not going to wear one of these watches. I'm either going to wear my 200-meter G-Shock, or probably, well, I've got a Tissot and a Longines Hydro Conquest, both of which are 300-meter water resistant with all screw-down crowns. I'm going to wear one of those actual dive watches. Or I'll probably just wear the G-Shock just so I don't have to worry about scratching it on coral or rocks. I wouldn't wear this for that. But hey, swimming around the ocean and just goofing around, jumping in the pool, perfect. So there you have it. Try to make this as short as I can, but I got a boogie. We'll talk to you folks later.